Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm here to film my read-a-thon updates for the Bad of Books read-a-thon, and I know I'm a bit late. I didn't film one yesterday and I have a valid excuse for that, I promise. What happened is that we left for Niagara Falls on Sunday morning and we came back today on Tuesday night. So for yesterday I wasn't home and I didn't take my camera with me. I didn't feel like filming a video in a hotel room with my parents. It just feels a bit awkward. But yeah, and anyways, I didn't read much, so there was not much to update you on. So today I'm gonna film the yesterday, the Monday, the first update and the second update. So you'll get 2 updates in one video. So let's get started. So I took 3 books with me. Just went for like 2 days and a half, but I knew that I was gonna be able to read them all, but like just so I can give myself some options. So I took Bite Me, a love story by Christopher Moore. I took Scott Pilgrim Gets It Together by Brian Lee O'Malley, and that's the 4th volume in the Scott Pilgrim series. And I took Watchmen by Alan Moore as my 3rd one. And so I took graphic novels because they're pretty fast to read, and I took a novel, and it's a short book, so I wasn't gonna take too much time to read, and it's a funny book, so it's nothing to take too seriously to think about. It's an easy read. So I decided that I wanted to start with Bite Me, so that's what I started with yesterday. I read 56 pages in total yesterday, so ridiculous. It was so lame. Like my first day, it started really bad. It was so sad. But we left the hotel room at I think 9:30 or 10 in the morning, and then we came back at around I think around maybe 6:30 or something like that, and then I just took a shower, I read a bit, and then we went out for dinner and we came back at around maybe 10:30. So, and I read a bit before I went to bed. So yesterday was it was a full day. We were like being tourists, you know, we were doing all the stuff you do in Niagara Falls, and so I couldn't like be reading my book and walking behind the falls. It's just, you can't do that. So I took it with me anyways, and anytime I had a chance I read in it. So just to give you my first impressions on the book, I wasn't a fan of it, and there were some funny parts, but it was just like, okay, but I wasn't really getting the story. And turns out it's the 3rd book in a trilogy. So the first one is, I don't know what the first one's called, but I know the second one is You Suck, and the 3rd one's Bite Me. And I had no idea. There's no number on the spine telling you like it's the 3rd book in the series. There's nothing, and I just got it at the thrift store. I didn't research this book, you know, before getting it, so I had no idea. And I wasn't getting a lot of stuff first, so I kind of Wikipedia'd it and tried to see it, and they said that it was the 3rd book in a trilogy, and I was like, oh my god, that makes a lot of sense. And then I was like, I'm not a big fan of this book, I'm not really liking it, and so I went on YouTube and I saw a couple of videos reviewing this book, and Lizzie from Lizzie Books said that she disliked this book. It was terrible, and I agree with her. I'm sorry, I love Christopher Moore, but it's a really bad book. I don't know. I might give it a try after I read the first 2. But apparently the first 2 are really good, but not anytime soon. So I read 56 pages yesterday, and today I decided to continue with it, and I read 44 pages. And so in total I read 100 pages of this book out of 309. And so it was kind of a disappointment, but it's okay. It's okay. I might pick it up again, but for now I'm not going to pick it up anymore during the read-a-thon, and at least not before I read the books, the first 2 books in this series. But today, while I was on my way back, you know, because it's a super long drive from Niagara to Montreal, and you know, we have stops and everything, and so I decided to read Scott Pilgrim, and I finished it. So that's the fourth one. It's actually my favorite out of the four that I've read. It's my favorite. I really like it. It's funny. Scott Pilgrim's always funny, and I really like it. So that was 200 pages. So I'll calculate them at the end. 205 pages. And then I started reading Watchmen, and out of this I actually counted them, because the thing is with Watchmen, each chapter the pages start back at 1, so you have to like count them, and between each chapter you have kind of like parts of a book that one of the characters wrote, and so those are not counted, they're like pages apart. So it's so I had to count them, like, and so I read 134 pages of this, so I read 4 chapters. I think it's 400 and something pages. So yeah, and I really like it, really like it, so I'm excited about it, about continuing this book. And so my total page count for today was 44 plus 205 plus 134. So 383, I think it's too glary, there we go. 383 pages today. And I'm okay with this number. I'm a really slow reader, and the fact, I know that they're comic books and they're pretty fast reads, but I mean, it's time that I spent on them, and it's time I enjoyed myself. But then, so yeah, so what I'm planning on doing today is reading probably 1 or 2 more chapters in Watchmen, and maybe reading the Beatrice letters by Lemony Snicket. Where it's a really short story book, like a children's book. It's this big. Let me see how many pages it is. So it's 72 pages. Really small. And look at the font. It's actually pretty big. And so yeah, and you have like pages that are like pictures with cutouts of letters. So I might read this, and obviously if I read it today, I'll finish it today. And I don't know if I'll have time, like if I'll still be up for it. If I'll start reading Hugo Cabret, The Invention of Hugo Cabret, and anyways, I'll take it with me to work tomorrow, and I'll read it at work during my 15-minute break. Actually, it's a pretty heavy book. Tomorrow I'm definitely going to be reading those, and tonight I'm gonna try to start reading The Invention of Hugo Cabret, and definitely read the Beatrice letters. So there we go, that's my first 2 updates. I hope I keep reading and I keep getting excited about this read-a-thon. I'm super excited right now. Like, I'm actually pretty proud of myself. 382 pages. For some people it might be a silly amount of pages, like it's an okay amount of pages, but for me, being a slow reader and having to be super concentrated to read and not being able to read if there's a lot of people talking around me and everything, which was the case when you're sitting in a car with 3 other people, I'm proud of myself, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back. But yeah, so yeah, I think I don't have anything else to say. I think I'll see you guys tomorrow anyways in my update for tomorrow.